All season long, Mom. All season long, this Chicago Sky team has underperformed and has just looked like a trashy team. Like they're just been terrible. And here's the thing, full disclosure, as you all know, me and Mom are Sky fans, right?
Yeah.
You can't see the full graphic, but over here we have a Chicago Sky flag, right? But the Chicago Sky have been
Chicago Sky fans, brace yourselves because what's happening behind the scenes right now might just destroy everything this franchise once stood for. The truth no one's been brave enough to say out loud. The Chicago Sky aren't failing because of talent. They're failing because of cheap ownership, broken promises, and chaos at the top. Players are tired, coaches are frustrated, and even insiders are whispering that Angel Reese, the team's biggest star, the face of their future, might already be considering her way out. Imagine being the league's most marketable rookie, yet watching your team crumble around you, powerless to stop it. From outdated facilities to late payments and poor leadership, sources close to the Sky say the organization is falling apart from the inside. Angel came here to win, not to babysit dysfunction. And as this storm builds, one insider says what's happening now could be the final straw that forces her to walk away. Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear next will expose the truth about how bad decisions and cheap management are tearing this franchise apart, piece by piece. To understand how the Chicago Sky reached this breaking point, you have to go back to where it all began, when Angel Reese arrived in the WNBA as one of the most electrifying prospects the league had seen in years. Fresh off her dominance at LSU, Angel wasn't just a basketball player, she was a walking brand. The Bayou Barbie energy followed her into Chicago. She brought fans, ticket sales, and media attention that the Sky hadn't seen since Candace Parker's era. The hype was massive, the expectations even bigger. But behind the spotlight, something darker was brewing. The organization, led by billionaire owner Michael Alter, had long been labeled one of the cheapest teams in the WNBA. Players and insiders whispered about missing amenities, delayed payments, and an overall lack of investment. The Sky's training facility had been under construction for months, promised to be state-of-the-art, but multiple delays and design cutbacks turned it into a running joke among players. One insider described it bluntly: "It's embarrassing. They say they're building a modern facility, but it looks like a high school gym." The cracks started to show early in the season. The Sky's record was abysmal, the same as the Dallas Wings at 10-34. And fans began calling it one of the worst years in franchise history. Blowout losses piled up, injuries hit key players like Courtney Williams and Marina Mabrey, and frustration spread through the locker room. But the biggest fracture came when Angel Reese, the team's star and emotional core, was suddenly suspended for half a game. The official explanation was vague. Internal team matters, they said, but insiders claimed the suspension stemmed from a heated confrontation between Reese and the coaching staff over leadership, accountability, and how the team was being run. After that suspension, Angel never took the court for the Sky again. She cited a back injury, but even fans didn't buy it. Too many, it looked like she was done. Still, behind the scenes, some believed there was hope. Reese remained under contract, and her presence was the only thing keeping the team relevant. Her fan base had injected life into the Sky's struggling brand. But while the front office wanted to keep her image for marketing, they weren't giving her the support she demanded as a competitor. She wanted a winning culture. They gave her excuses and budget cuts. As the season collapsed, the organization fired coach Teresa Weatherspoon, one of the few people Reese trusted and looked up to. That decision shocked everyone, especially Reese, who continued to review game film with Weatherspoon even after her firing. That alone told fans everything they needed to know. Angel wasn't loyal to the Chicago Sky. She was loyal to the people who believed in her, and that person wasn't in the building anymore. Now, as the off-season looms, questions about her future hang heavy. Will she return to a team plagued by cheap ownership, poor facilities, and a crumbling culture? Or will she take her talents somewhere else, to a franchise that values her star power and her will to win? Insiders say Angel has been quietly exploring her options. The word trade hasn't been spoken publicly, but the energy around her suggests she's already mentally gone. The Chicago Sky's future depends on one thing: convincing her that this organization is worth saving. But given everything we've seen, that may already be impossible. Because when your best player has lost faith, the franchise's downfall isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The breaking point came faster than anyone expected. By midseason, tensions inside the Chicago Sky locker room had reached a boiling point. Players were frustrated, coaches were divided. And Angel Reese, the team's heart and most marketable star, had grown visibly distant. What began as simple frustration over inconsistent play quickly turned into a deeper issue: a lack of respect between the front office and its own players. According to multiple insiders, the friction started after Angel began speaking up about the team's poor conditions, from travel arrangements to training equipment to the ongoing delay of their practice facility. She wasn't just complaining, she was demanding change. Angel wanted to win, one anonymous teammate later revealed, but she also wanted the organization to act like it wanted to win, too, behind closed doors. Reese confronted team officials about everything from outdated medical equipment to limited nutrition programs. The problem: ownership didn't take it well. Michael Alter, the team's billionaire owner, reportedly dismissed her concerns as growing pains of a small market team. That response didn't sit right with Angel. To her, the Sky weren't small market, they were just small-minded. Then came the moment that changed everything. After a post-game media session where Angel expressed her frustration about the team's lack of accountability, the Sky announced her suspension for the first half of the next game. Publicly, it was brushed off as an internal disciplinary matter, but privately, it sent shockwaves through the locker room. The message was clear: speak out and you'll be silenced. But the suspension backfired. Fans were furious. Social media exploded with hashtags like #FreeAngelReese and #SkyFail. Many felt the organization had embarrassed their star instead of supporting her. Meanwhile, players close to Angel started to question their own future with the team. If they can do that to her, one said, what chance do the rest of us have? The deeper truth emerged days later. Angel's suspension wasn't about attitude or accountability. It was about control. She had become too powerful, too influential, and too outspoken for an organization that wanted obedience over honesty. Her star power had outgrown the Sky's small ambitions, and instead of embracing that, the franchise chose to suppress it. And here's where the first major twist came in. Angel Reese never played for the Sky again after that suspension. Officially, the team claimed she was dealing with a back injury, but few believed it. Insiders later revealed that she and her team were quietly working behind the scenes to distance her from the franchise without creating public chaos. The Sky, desperate to keep up appearances, tried to play it off. They promoted new marketing campaigns featuring Angel's image, pretending everything was fine. But fans noticed. She stopped reposting team content, stopped engaging with Sky promotions, and began spending more time in Los Angeles and New York. Then came an even more shocking revelation. Angel was still working privately with Teresa Weatherspoon, the very coach the Sky had fired earlier in the season. Despite being dismissed, Weatherspoon continued mentoring Angel, reviewing film, and guiding her through her next steps. That detail, when it leaked, sent a powerful message. Angel had already emotionally checked out of Chicago. For a franchise already drowning in negative press, this was devastating. Their top player, their brightest hope for the future, was mentally gone. And now, it was just a matter of when she'd make it official. The team's public face was crumbling. Their fan base was losing faith, and the organization's leadership seemed completely detached from reality. The conflict had shifted from internal frustration to a full-blown power struggle. Angel Reese versus the Chicago Sky, and it was clear who was winning. If fans thought Angel Reese's silent disappearance was the end of the story, they were dead wrong. It was only the beginning of a much darker Chapter 4, the Chicago Sky. The tension that had been brewing behind closed doors exploded into full view when a leaked internal memo began circulating online. The memo, allegedly from a front office executive, described Angel as a distraction, claiming her media-driven personality was hurting the team's culture. Within hours, the memo was trending everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everyone was talking about it. The narrative shifted overnight. Suddenly, Angel wasn't just a suspended player, she was the scapegoat for a broken franchise. And that's when her loyal fans snapped. The hashtag #ProtectAngelReese trended for days, with thousands demanding answers from team ownership. But the story got even worse. A fake leak began to spread from an alleged insider claiming that Angel had secretly asked for a trade before the suspension, targeting one of the league's top teams, possibly Los Angeles or New York. The rumor suggested that Angel had grown tired of cheap ownership and was ready to play somewhere that matched her ambition. While no one could confirm it, the idea alone was enough to set social media on fire. Then came the bombshell interview. Angel appeared on a popular basketball podcast.com, but clearly frustrated. Without naming names, she made statements that felt like open shots at Chicago's front office. "Some organizations talk about building for the future," she said, "but when you walk inside, it feels like they're still stuck in the past. You can't preach greatness while cutting corners." That one quote was clipped, reposted, and replayed millions of times. It was the moment fans realized this relationship was beyond repair. Meanwhile, inside the Sky organization, panic was spreading. Sponsors began quietly reaching out, questioning the direction of the franchise. Reporters started digging into the team's finances, discovering unsettling details about how little the Sky were investing compared to other WNBA teams. The truth was impossible to hide anymore. Chicago's ownership had spent more time saving money than building a winner. And just when the chaos seemed uncontrollable, the shocking reveal dropped. Angel's personal trainer accidentally posted an Instagram story showing her training in a Los Angeles gym, not Chicago, with none other than Teresa Weatherspoon by her side. The video was only up for a few minutes before being deleted, but by then, the damage was done. Fans flooded the comments. "She's gone. Reese is LA bound." This confirms everything. The Sky's PR team scrambled to contain the situation. Within hours, they released a statement claiming Angel was rehabbing out of state and that her relationship with the organization remains positive. But no one bought it. The tone-deaf response only fueled speculation that the front office had lost all control of the situation. Even rival players began chiming in. One veteran WNBA star tweeted, "When players have to go outside their own team for real support, that says everything." Fans immediately connected the dots, interpreting it as a direct reference to Angel and her ongoing relationship with Weatherspoon. At that point, even Chicago's loyal fans started losing hope. What had once been seen as a temporary rift now looked like a total collapse. The Sky weren't just losing their best player, they were losing their identity. By the end of the week, insiders claimed that multiple players were evaluating their futures with the team. What started as a fight over respect had spiraled into something much bigger, a franchise on the brink of implosion. But the most haunting part, Angel hadn't spoken publicly since the podcast. No interviews, no statements, no posts, just silence, the kind of silence that feels like goodbye. And deep down, everyone knew something massive was about to drop next. The moment the clip of Angel Reese training with Teresa Weatherspoon leaked, the basketball world went into absolute meltdown. Sports networks ran emergency segments, Twitter spaces lit up overnight, and the WNBA community split down the middle. For some, Angel was the victim of an incompetent organization. For others, she had become too powerful for her own good. ESPN analysts debated the fallout live on air. One host said, "This isn't just about basketball, this is about culture. About leadership, about how women's sports are still being disrespected by bad ownership." Another shot back, "No, this is about accountability." Angel Reese wanted superstar treatment before proving she could carry a franchise. That's not how it works. The argument got so heated, clips of it hit 10 million views in hours. Meanwhile, social media turned into a battlefield. Fans created threads exposing the Sky's history of mismanagement. From their outdated practice facilities to their lack of player amenities, screenshots of half-finished construction sites began circulating, with captions like, "This is what Angel Reese has to deal with." On TikTok, influencers started breaking down the situation, frame by frame. Some highlighted how Angel's body language during interviews showed she was mentally done with Chicago. Others pointed out how her teammates had gone suspiciously quiet online. No posts, no likes, no defense. To fans, that silence spoke volumes. Then came the fake insider leaks that sent everything into chaos. One supposed team employee claimed that Angel's locker had already been cleaned out. Another said that her agent was in talks with 3 major teams, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and New York, all of which were ready to give her what Chicago wouldn't: respect and resources. None of it was verified, but it didn't matter. The rumor mill was unstoppable. Former players joined the conversation, too. Candace Parker, who had famously left Chicago after complaining about lack of resources, dropped a subtle but devastating post. "When players feel unseen, they leave. Simple." Within minutes, her comments section exploded with people tagging Angel. Even current WNBA stars started picking sides. One guard from the New York Liberty tweeted, "We treat our players like gold here," followed by a winking emoji. Fans went wild, calling it a recruiting move aimed directly at Angel. Another star from Las Vegas posted, "Winning starts from the top." If your owners don't care, why should your players? Chicago's local media tried to calm the storm, but even they couldn't defend what was happening. One columnist wrote, "The sky are burning from the inside out, and everyone can see the smoke." Another headline read, "Angel Reese's silence speaks louder than the sky's statements." And through it all, Angel said nothing. That silence only amplified her power. Every post she didn't make became an event in itself. Fans begged for answers. Reporters camped outside her training facility. Rumors began swirling that a massive tell-all interview was being planned, one that would expose the full truth about her suspension, her treatment behind the scenes, and the people who tried to silence her. The WNBA office reportedly held internal meetings, worried that the growing backlash could hurt the league's image. Sponsors called for clarity. Even rival team executives began subtly commenting, saying things like, "Every franchise should learn from this. Players are the brand." But then, something unexpected happened. A leaked video surfaced online showing Angel laughing and hugging a well-known Hollywood producer after a private event in Los Angeles. Within hours, headlines screamed that Angel Reese was leaving basketball for entertainment. Was it real? Was it staged? No one knew. But one thing was certain. The narrative had just shifted again. The Chicago Sky drama had now turned into something much bigger than basketball, and fans couldn't help but ask the one question, echoing across every platform: was Angel Reese already gone? Mentally, emotionally, and professionally? Or was she about to pull off the biggest power move of her career? Just when the chaos seemed to reach its peak, an unexpected twist sent shockwaves through the league. Late one night, multiple verified insiders posted the same cryptic update. Angel Reese's management just scheduled a private meeting with Sky ownership, no cameras, no press. Within minutes, #Angel Reese meeting trended across social media. Fans couldn't tell if this meant reconciliation or the beginning of a formal exit. The following morning, TMZ leaked photos showing Angel walking into a high-end restaurant in downtown Chicago. Dressed in full black, sunglasses on, expression unreadable. Two Sky executives followed closely behind. The internet froze. Is this her final goodbye? One viral tweet asked, racking up over 500,000 views in an hour. Inside sources told sports blogs that the meeting was tense, emotional, and brutally honest. One person allegedly present claimed Angel gave ownership an ultimatum: fix the culture or she walks. According to the leak, she reportedly said, "You can't build loyalty on broken promises. I've done my part. Now do yours." Those words hit the internet like lightning. As the story spread, Chicago's locker room reportedly went into lockdown. Team PR canceled all media sessions. Players were told not to comment. But an anonymous teammate couldn't resist speaking out. In a now-deleted Instagram story, she wrote, "Some of us been feeling this for a while." She just had the courage to say it out loud. That post confirmed what many had already suspected. This wasn't just Angel versus ownership anymore. It was player versus system. Then came the bombshell no one saw coming. A leaked email surfaced, allegedly from the Sky's front office, discussing a potential trade scenario involving Angel and a top East Coast franchise. The document appeared legitimate. Timestamps, CCD executives, even an attached draft proposal. Though quickly denied, fans weren't convinced. "You don't draft trade proposals for no reason," one insider tweeted. The narrative exploded again. Angel, however, stayed silent. No tweets, no press statements, no reactions. That silence became her most powerful weapon. It made the public fill in the blanks themselves, every assumption, every rumor, every theory adding to her legend. And then, just when everyone thought she might announce her exit, Angel made a surprise appearance courtside at a Chicago Bulls preseason game. Cameras panned to her smiling, waving at fans, but sitting next to her, the same Hollywood producer from the leaked LA video, the one rumored to be helping her transition into acting. The crowd gasped. Reporters lost it. Was she signaling that her next chapter wouldn't be on the court at all? Was this the soft launch of her Hollywood career? Or was she just reminding everyone she still held all the cards? The truth was, no one knew. The only thing certain was that Angel Reese had turned every controversy, every criticism, every rumor into power. And as she walked out of that arena, cameras flashing, whispers following, one question echoed louder than ever across social media. Is Angel Reese done with the WNBA? Or is she about to rewrite it from the outside? So here's where we are. Angel Reese, standing at a crossroads. Her loyalty to Chicago, hanging by a thread. and the WNBA world holding its breath. The tension between her and the Sky's front office isn't dying down, it's getting louder, messier, and more personal by the day. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Should Angel finally walk away from Chicago and expose the cheap ownership that's been holding her back? Or should she stay, fight, and prove that she can rebuild the Sky from the inside out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this story isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about power, loyalty, and survival. Hit that like button if you believe Angel Reese deserves better. And don't forget to subscribe, because the next few days could change everything. Sources are already hinting at a shocking trade offer, and if that goes public, it could flip the entire WNBA upside down. Stay tuned. The truth about Angel Reese's next move is coming sooner than anyone expects.